Today, we're arriving at what in most indigenous cultures is known as a threshold moment. You can imagine what a threshold moment is. That moment where you are at a place of being able to walk over the threshold into the unknown. It's a liminal space where you aren't quite where you were and you're not yet where you're going. It is truly the moment of making a choice to face your fears, accept your hesitation, and still walk through that door. We're on day 11 of ReWired. I'm your guide, Jamie O'Connor. I am so grateful to be here with you, especially those of you who are with great desire to do something big and magical in this world. We're on day 11, and that means that you've made it through 10 days. 10 days of micro commitments, 10 days of walking over little thresholds. And each one of these days, we have been slowly planting the different seeds to open you up to the bigger purpose, the bigger reason, and the full rewiring and reprogramming of everything you've known. Now, we're going to walk over many thresholds on this journey, just like you do in your whole life. And when we don't walk over the threshold, when we stay behind, we will get stuck in that spot forever until we make the choice. Today's lesson is focused on a concept and idea that if you have been in personal growth or you have dabbled in spirituality, you've heard this. It's deep in law of attraction and new age ideas, but we don't ever actually get the how of it. And that is that our thoughts create our world. Now, you may believe this, but if your subconscious and your deeper layers of beliefs and programming doesn't believe it, it does not matter what you consciously believe. You will never really be able to fully understand and embody this concept. What we're doing with the daily practices we're moving into is to help let go of the idea that what we're seeing is reality, that the world around us is what creates our thoughts, and what our thoughts have our true power. And instead, that our thoughts are what determine the world around us. Yes, we've been planting these seeds slowly but surely, but today's the first day that we're going to introduce a concept that the guardians of your threshold may not want to really listen to or hear, and may start to put up a little bit more battle than you may have experienced. Now, I have talked about this already in the first 10 days. I've talked about the fact that there are parts of us, they are truly guardians that have helped you survive. And they will work in a lot of different ways to keep you from changing your belief structures to step into full empowerment. Because that is stepping into the unknown, a place you may not have entered at all in this lifetime. Or maybe you've touched it and you don't know how to get back to it. So just know those might pop up. That's okay. Your thoughts might start to sound like there's no way that's true, or make justifications or proof for why what you're doing now just is silly, ridiculous, or doesn't really work. That's okay. If you even notice those, that means you're doing it. If you don't notice them, but you notice maybe some procrastination or a tendency to go scroll social media or distract yourself, you're doing it. It's okay. You've noticed. Just make the small choice to walk over a little threshold. Remember today's lesson and do it in that moment. Now we are rolling back a little bit. It's really not recommended to do this lesson today more than 5 times. And really, 3 is plenty. Being present with it, being present with any uncomfort without shame or judgment, but compassionate curiosity. That's all you need. This lesson looks a little different than any of the others so far. With today, we are really just being present with a specific idea, a specific phrase. And we're doing that for a very brief period of time, 3 times today. If you don't feel any uncomfort with it, you're welcome to go up to 5. No obligation either way. Be present with how you feel. And how you feel is exactly how it's supposed to be. So the idea, the phrase that we're bringing forth when we sit in quiet moments of meditation is, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. In the practice, you'll close your eyes, ground yourself as we've done, which I'll walk you through at the end of this lesson today. And just repeat the phrase to yourself. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Do this a few times, and then open your eyes and look about you. Near, far, up, down, anywhere really, for a minute or so, and just spend some time repeating the idea. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. If you feel called to journal about whatever's coming up, write it. Don't be afraid to let those thoughts exist. Acknowledging them brings light to them and will then allow them to run away like clouds. You're stepping into power. You're stepping into power in the unknown. You're stepping into your true co-creation and your ability to both summon and create miracles. And now I want you to take a moment, get comfortable, find that place where your body is touching the ground in whatever way that is, and send your energy and attention to that place, focusing on the weight and the connection to the ground beneath you, and start to take a deep breath in. Imagine that breath is going to that place where you're connected to the ground and filling up your entire body until you're completely full, taking a moment with that breath and then letting out slowly, twice as long as you let in. Relaxing your tongue, your throat, being present with the ground, being present with your body. Again, filling up your body with your breath, sending it to that place you're connected to the ground and allowing it to fill up your whole body. Noticing the relaxation inside of you as you release your breath twice as long as you let in. Feeling yourself connect deeply and continuing with the breath 2 or 3 more times, being present and here, and start telling yourself the phrase, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. And now open your eyes, look around the space you're in. Notice anything you see. It's a good idea to just move quickly. Notice something, move on to the next. Just moving your eyes around the room, telling yourself, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. You're here. You're doing it. Practice is the start of changing the subconscious, so that you can truly, from an fully embodied place, believe all these concepts that you know have a speck of truth, but there's been something missing, a little piece of the puzzle. We're adding that slowly, daily, with your micro commitment, your micro discipline. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work. You are doing it. If you've come across this video somewhere on the internet, thank you for joining us today for day 11 of ReWired, 365 days of daily practice to help you step fully into miracle creation, specifically for the high achiever who is spiritually curious. If you're interested you're interested in starting from day one, you can go to inspiredfocus.link/rewired, and you'll start getting daily reminders with the ability to join accountability and take a micro commitment every day to rewire your brain, your body, your spirit for miracles, co-creation, and to truly step into your higher purpose. Thanks for being here. I'm your guide, Jamie O'Connor.